What's up, guys and gals? It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for another chapter review for Kengan Omega. Kengan Omega, chapter 294, entitled The Second Fight. Gonna be completely honest with you. What do you guys want to talk about? You know, do you have any good recipes to share? Do you have any, what did you do over the weekend? Me personally, I was sick Monday through onto Tuesday, so, that's why all my reviews are a little late, trying to get caught up right now after work here. Because, in all honesty, I didn't mind the chapter. Let's just get that out of the way. I didn't mind the chapter. I just have nothing to add nor say. Naysayers aren't going to listen to me, so that's just a losing battle, you know what I mean? It's like talking to a Trumpster. You're just beating your head against a brick. Well, actually, it's worse, because at least if you beat your head against a brick wall long enough, if Alcatraz and a poster is anything to go by, eventually you will actually make progress with brick. You will not make progress with the naysayers of Kengan Omega. So, if you enjoyed this chapter, great. You're on my side of the fence with that. But nothing really happened. We skipped most of the 12 fight, and different, just to go against the naysayers a little bit here, different than people thought. Toa actually didn't go down or job. He didn't. He lost, obviously. Oma could have won. But it's the 3 minutes of sparring, and him and Toa were going at it strength for strength almost. That initial flip, that kind of idea. And the 3 minutes were up. Toa was sweating. He was obviously the one who took more damage. But as Lou, who goes up next, points out, he never fell again. He never, they never, anything happened, but he seems to have taken mental exhaustion. Like, this took a big toll on him even after 3 minutes. So then Lou goes up against him. The choreography is very nice. The artwork is very nice. And we get that Fa-Jin, and he strikes him 3 times with Fa-Jin. And Oma, of course, it's time for the basics of principles, baby. Let's go. I can do the walk. I can literally do the walk. We have the walk of principles. I wonder if Oma can officially do the walk now. That is my question. Do you guys think? There's the big question for this review, for this chapter. Let me know down in the comments down below. We all agree that he's on the stepping stones. He's reached the bottom of the stairs at the very least, maybe a couple steps up on the staircase, like the Skyrim staircase to the Greybeards. He's on the climb. He's on the climb, but at least he knows he's in the realm of principles, right? The Greybeards yelled, and he's now officially a dragonborn. Dragons are going to start crying all over the goddamn place, So, my big thing is, can he do the walk? Like Luohan did and like Shen does. Can he do something maybe not as perfected? Once again, Luohan's wasn't perfected either, because Oma noticed him. Not completely, but it wasn't perfect. Tarashi also noticed Shen, right? So their walks, once again, you could make an argument that neither of them are, or once again, Shen was probably doing it lazily. If he had wanted to hide his presence completely, he probably could have. If he had assumed someone of Calibur's, the eyes and the sixth sense and all that stuff, like Mutaba and Tarashi and them, he would have been able to hide his presence. So that one's a little bit meh, we can assume that. But Luohan intended to hide his presence and didn't, from what we understand. So I'm curious, do you guys think Oma could do a very basic version of the walk where no one notices him? That's the big question for this chapter, because what he's trying to do now is emulate. And we get that in this chapter. We get a little bit more Joji humor, all about food with that guy. That's why I asked recipes. Guys, do you have a new recipe, for me? What's your favorite dish? What's something new you've cooked this year so far? Let me know. I'm curious. Did it turn out well? Did you burn it? Let me know. But yeah, overall, so we get the Joji humor and stuff, but he fights Toa, but he doesn't job him or whatever, and it seems like he's emulating their fight styles, because then he attempts to use Fa-Jin against Lou and stuff like that, and obviously he's putting Lou on the back seat and stuff like that, and Kuroshi is the one to say, and once again, Joji and Kuroshi, Nutoku, the other three, I'm sorry, Lou fanboys, the other three, they're not on that tier. Kuroshi and Joji, we got another tier. They aren't gonna, they're actually gonna give Oma a run for his money, I guarantee you, especially if he tries to grapple. It's once again trying to grapple Cosmo. Is he gonna try to do that? Is he gonna try to grapple the grappler himself? Because everyone says the king of stranglers is Cosmo. Who the hell taught him? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, Cosmo has not surpassed his master. And I didn't even read Fist of the Seeker. And I know that the freak himself has not been surpassed. So, Oma, all right. You want to tackle the freak. And you want to tackle Mr. And once again, Joji's eye has already surmised what Oma's pressure has been doing and his aura has been doing already and stuff. He's ready for it. As we know, he's called the Venomous Viper because of his acupuncture strikes and stuff. And he can, completely, detect them all. He's basically got the, what was it called? The Bakugan or whatever it was. Oh, no, that was another anime, wasn't it? Bakugan or Bakugan. Anyway, the Nejizai thing from Naruto, where you can see all the chakra points and stuff like that. Similar idea. Joji can accurately pinpoint all your acupuncture points and strike them with precision. Hence, Venomous Viper. It's almost like he's poisoning you with his strikes. So that'll be really interesting. I like the speed at which this is going. We saw what Toa could do, we saw what Oma could do, and we saw the results of that here at the first page of the chapter, and then we're moving on. And we're getting good choreography, we're getting everyone's moment to shine, but we're not wasting months and months and months on this. We know how this is going to go. We know it's all just training and sparring. Nothing major is going to take place here, but it's still kind of cool to see in this interim of the 6 months. We're not just going to all of a sudden have a chapter 6 months later, you know? There's always been dawn of the first day, dawn of the second, dawn of the final day, right? You don't play Majora's Mask starting at the dawn of the final day, now do you? So, yeah, we're not doing that shit yet. So, as far as I'm concerned, that is all fine. That's working well, and Kuroshi is already sort of figuring out what Oma is attempting to do here. Trying to replicate, trying to emulate other people's styles. For what purpose? We don't know, but we don't know what he learned from Shen, and we don't know what he learned from Kuroki up in the mountains yet. So this could be a basis of principles. Is not just understanding principles on a basic level, but to advance principles is try to, and this is why he's fighting all different manner. He went to the wrestler dojo and stuff like that, and then he's going here and there, and he's getting all these people from all these different body types, all these different styles, and now he's trying to emulate them. Maybe the basics of principles is trying to encompass as many styles as humanly possible. Once again, that's what Luhan and Tiger Nico are attempting to do, and Tiger Nico's been attempting to do this forever, is trying to incorporate the more styles you have, the more situational awareness you have. If you could master 1,000 martial arts in a lifetime, obviously you'd be better than anybody at martial arts. No matter how good they got at one, you'd be better than everybody else. That's the logic here. So maybe that's the core of principles, is to not just understand each style, but be able to replicate it. Maybe not to a master level degree. For example, maybe Kuroki's Devil Lance is the best. Maybe Shen could, I'm sure Shen can pull off the Devil Lance, but is it as good as Kuroki's? I feel like there's that certain level of jack of all trades, master of none sort of thing going on here, and that's our bit of our argument here, is that Shen is a jack of all trades. He can do it all, and he can do it all well, but he'll never be as good, he won't be as proficient or perfected as the guy who took it to that peak. You know what I mean? Maybe some things over his lifetime and all this stuff he has peaked. He's like, literally, what if you took a jack of all trades, gave him all the trades, and then he slowly but surely spent his time perfecting them over the course of the breathing techniques, the lifetimes, the Hoisangs, and he has perfected most things. But I think that would be interesting, is that the core idea of principles is to combine the idea of jack of all trades, master of all trades, and now you're the ultimate martial artist. I think that's sort of the core of what principles is, and that's why Oma right now is pulling this off. This is why Oma is attempting this. This is the building blocks of what Principles encompasses. It encompasses every walk of life, every style, and trying your best to get as good to a black belt, master level degree of every style, of every technique possible that you can master, and that's what it is. Maybe that I'm totally full of shit here, but why else would he be trying to fight these guys on their own ground, at their own home game? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you incorporate my theory into that's the idea here. We're taking the jack of all trades thing in the real world and we're saying, but what if you really could? What if you had enough time to not just be the jack of all trades, but the master of all trades? As I said, every jack of all trades will tell you that's just not possible. The best electrician in the country is always going to be better than the jack of all trades. The best plumber in the country, the best carpenter in the country. The jack of all trades can do all the work, but this guy can just do it that teensy bit faster, that teensy bit better. No matter how good you are, if you haven't dedicated a lifetime of experience and technique to that, you're never going to be as good as that guy, or you shouldn't be. There's natural talent, there's 1,000 things that goes into things, but yeah, that's just one of those things, right? So maybe that's really what Principles is all about here. And it actually, the term Principles sort of encompasses this theory. So, yeah. Anyways, so I really have nothing else to say about the chapter, so I thought it was a bit of theory time a little bit. Bring that up, I guess. Discuss the whole Principles. What is Oma doing here? The rest of it we don't give a shit about. Apparently, Discount Oma and Discount main character are going to fight a bunch of the fodder of the Cure clan. Though I did see Hollis there. If that's actually supposed to be Hollis in the background, sort of disservice to Hollis. He's kind of cool. And Hollis can kick their ass. Or Hollis can give them a run for their money. Hollis is a dude who was fighting, yeah. So, I'm sure Ryuki has gotten a lot stronger. I'm sure Koga's gotten a lot stronger. But can they take on the entirety of the Cure clan? Sort of not believable that that's sort of a thing right now. That's just me, but okay, whatever. But I don't really care about that subplot line. Don't really care. The focus here was Oma and his training, right? So, anyways, that's it for me. Chapter 294. What do you think of my theory about the Principles thing? Do you think, guys, if you actually still care about Kengan Omega, am I sort of on the right path with that one? Maybe that's a part of the concept, at the very least, is the idea of familiarizing yourself with all the different styles and all the different and being able to recognize them at a glance, and muscle tensity and all these things, and being able to basically do a Kisuke Urahara, see an attack once and never get hit by it again. You know what I mean? It's like my eyes are that good, my intelligence, my skill is that proficient that you show me an ability once, I'm gonna come up with a way to dodge it, counter it, or replicate it, or all three. Is that part of what Principles is? Maybe. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys are having a great week. Better than mine anyway. Still getting over the cold. A little nasally, but it is what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys back here next time for more Kengan Omega. Looking forward to it. More so looking forward to, once again, Kurushi and Joji. Don't expect to see Oma actually seriously fighting them till at least 296, if not 297, where we're also jumping back and forth with Koga and Ryuki. So... but we'll see what happens. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. See you next time.